What's up, beautiful besties? Welcome into the Divine Feminist by Turning Tides Tarot. My name is Alicia, and I hope you are having a fantastic day or evening or whenever you tune into this. This is our Mystic Monday reading, and we're going to take a look at the energy coming through for the week ahead for our beautiful collective. And as I'm shuffling the cards, we're starting off with an oracle, and then I'm going to pull you know what? I am going to pull from the Kipper deck, and then we will use tarot to break down and clarify any of the themes that we see coming up for this week. So I know there's a lot of shuffling, and I thought to myself, I want to get to know y'all in our collective. What is something small that has made you smile real big this week or the week before or recently? I just want to know. I want to get to know y'all and see what's made you smile recently. And it could be something very small. For me personally, while I'm shuffling, it was my dog and cat. So I have a dog. He's almost 2. And we decided to adopt a kitten. His name is Beans. He's a little black tarot cat. And he's such a cutie. But anyways, it took a long time. It took almost 2 months of me trying to keep them in separate spaces because my hound dog did not want anything to do with the kitten, and he would bark at him, and it was kind of crazy around here. I finally have gotten them to be in the same room together without, any barking and hissing going on. And I caught them this morning drinking from the same water bowl together, and that just made my heart so happy. Anyway, I want to know what's made your heart happy recently. So it could be something small, just to get to know y'all. If you want to connect to the energy, you can go ahead and like the reading here, or leave me a comment and let me know what's made you smile, and that would be awesome. Let's get into this message. It's very interesting. We start off with TikTok, time to go and co-create. And then we have a whole outlook here. So I'm just going to tune in and I will get your Mystic Monday messages. Here we go. Okay, besties, so let's talk about this week ahead. And I'm just trying to get everything here on camera for you. But I got to tell you, it feels pretty big, all right? Now, the wisdom of the oracle messages that came out, TikTok, time to go co-create. Spirits basically right away is saying, like, let's not play around this week, okay? There is some kind of divine deadline here, all right? TikTok means, the clock is ticking on a situation in your life where you've been dragging your feet, okay? It's not aligned anymore, and Spirit's saying it's time to go, like literally, not in like a dramatic ghosting way, unless it is, I guess, but more like in a very clear, honoring the soul kind of way, where you're stepping away from something that really is no longer a vibrational match for you, okay? And then co-create is here, right? Spirit's not leaving you high and dry this week. This isn't about walking away with nothing. It's about walking towards a timeline that's actually co-created with your higher self. So something where you're building with Spirit, not just like surviving off scraps, okay? So I want to get into the Lenormand spread here because this is where the plot thickens. This is where the plot thickens. The first row we have is expectation, courthouse, and false person. And this actually gives me like legal or contract energy, but it doesn't have to be literal court. This could be like karmic agreements, a job contract, a relationship that you've been trying to justify or work through, okay? There's something or someone that looks really polished on the outside, but it's not what it seems, okay? You've been waiting on the outcome here with this person or hoping that things would shift, but this week the truth comes out. So you might learn something shady about a colleague or a business partner or even a friend who's been smiling to your face, but, sabotaging behind the scenes, okay? Spirit's like, your intuition was right, okay, and now it's time to cut the cord, like cut it out, cut this person or the situation off completely clean, okay? And now the second row, unexpected income, courtship, and sudden wealth. This is where everything flips this week, okay? So leaving behind this old energy is really opening the door for something way better to come in, okay? Someone like, okay, first of all, it's giving new opportunities. It's giving financial blessings, right? And yeah, even possibly a new connection, okay? So I feel like someone may offer you some help or like a job lead or a referral or something, even a romantic partnership that kind of comes out of nowhere but feels really aligned and reciprocal, okay? So, you know, I feel like the courtship card really is about building trust. It's not a fast fling, it's a genuine connection. And, you know, it could lead to like a major win, okay? It could lead to a major win because sudden wealth doesn't always mean like winning the lottery, okay? But it does mean like big shifts that feel like luck, okay? So like a bonus, an offer, a raise, some kind of like paid collaboration, okay? Or a shout out that opens big doors for you, okay? So it could also just be finally getting what you deserve, right? Finally getting that luck that you so deserve. And with the third row here, thoughts, lovers, and message, bestie, someone is watching, thinking, and about to reach out. So could be romantic, yes. But it could also be someone who's choosing you for a big opportunity. So this is manifestation energy. And it's not just you doing the manifesting. Someone else has been watching your glow up from afar. Okay, maybe even like admiring your work, and you know they could have been debating when to reach out. Okay, and that message here is landing this week. So absolutely stay open. And I really don't really. I'm not going to skip any kind of the diagonals here because what I'm seeing from like a soul message is that you've been waiting on something to change, right? With expectation. And spirit's really intervening to redirect you with a karmic lesson. Okay, courtship, lovers, okay? And I feel like you're really receiving clarity, support, and a whole new path, a message coming in, right? Okay, of this clarity and the support, and you know the fact that you're aligning with a brand new timeline here. It's so really cool. And so I feel like this whole week is about trusting that urge to walk away from something that's totally expired anyways. And even, you know, even if it felt really secure at some point, it's time to go, right? It's time to go this week because what's coming in here for you is something or someone that brings real alignment and emotional fulfillment and definitely some unexpected wins. So Spirit's saying, look, bestie, don't settle for less when you're about to be upgraded, okay? And so I'm going to use some tarot, my loves, and I have some questions about this whole week, this whole situation. I'm going to know first, because your girl likes the tea, what truth about the situation or person is being revealed that's going to help you move forward, okay? Confidently. What truth is being revealed about this situation or person this week? What truth is being revealed to your spirit? What truth is being revealed to our beautiful collective? I feel like this is going to be a... we asked the question about what made you smile, a small thing that made you smile, but I feel like this week you're going to have a big thing that makes you smile, okay? I'm just saying. We have the Four of Cups. We have the Tower. Let's see what else. Six of Pentacles, and under the deck, what do we have here? The Knight of Pentacles. Okay. All right. Okay, besties, because I feel like Spirit is really exposing something big this week, right? And it's going to shake up your entire timeline. I feel I've got a couple different scenarios that I've been pulling out of this energy, and we're going to get into all of them. So this could be work, you know, life in general, love, relationships. It could even be all of the above this week, all right? Like with the Tower, it's some major hitting energy. But we're going to start with the Four of Cups, okay? Because this tells me right now that you have been feeling it like something's off. Something's been off, okay? You could have been bored, maybe a little bit of frustration, feeling a little bit of frustration. But I feel like you've been sensing that you are and have been overlooked or low-key pushed out of a situation or relationship or however this is going to resonate for you. But you couldn't really put your finger on the why. Why is it happening? And with the Tower coming out like this, it's your clarity. This is your clarity moment happening this week, okay? So let's say this is at work. Because, I mean, this is really strong in the energy, especially with the pentacles going on, right? You've been showing up, you've been putting in the work, you've been being reliable, okay? Classic Knight of Pentacles energy. And meanwhile, someone else has been running their mouth behind closed doors, okay? Whispering to the boss, undermining your work, maybe even taking credit for your ideas or even downplaying your contributions. This week, something cracks, okay? The Tower hits. Maybe you overhear a conversation or your boss slips up and says something that reveals what's been said, right? Someone finally speaks up on your behalf, I feel like, and I feel like the receipts are being discovered this week, okay? Now, that same pattern can show up in your relationships as well, right? Let's say you've been dealing with someone who's been breadcrumbing you emotionally, okay? You've been loyal, you've been patient, you've been hoping for that equal give and take, but behind your back, they've been entertaining other options or could even be secretly comparing you to someone else, which is terrible, okay? Spirit's like, no thank you. Not today, Satan. This week, that mask, that whole entire thing comes off, right? The truth is exposed. And while it's going to sting in the moment, it's going to absolutely set you free, okay? Now, if this is a friendship, okay, I have to talk about friendship too, because this could be happening in other relationships, not just romantic. This could be someone in your circle who's been playing both sides, right? Smiling to your face and secretly planting doubt in other people's minds, right? Maybe even blocking opportunities for you or connections or gossiping when you're not around. So Spirit's saying no more false loyalty, right? This Tower moment will show you who's been rooting for you and who's been rooting against you this week, right? And the Six of Pentacles. I feel like this is really key here because you're about to see very clearly where the imbalance has been and who's been giving just enough to keep you hanging on, who's been draining your energy, taking your credit, or dimming your shine, you know? The Knight of Pentacles, I feel, is absolutely you here, bestie. Like, you've been moving with integrity, even when it felt slow or maybe thankless. And that's why this Tower is coming in as a blessing. It's literally Spirit stepping in to say, like, look, you deserve so much more. And now you're going to see, you know, really what's been holding you back so you can leave it in the dust. All right. So this week, the truth being revealed is it might shake you, okay, but it's going to light a fire under your gorgeous divine butt and push you straight into your glow up timeline, right? So, you know, please don't resist the shakeup. Let it fall so that you can rise above all of it, right? So you can rise above all of it because this whole situation is shady to me. It is super shady. So now I want to ask, what new aligned offer or opportunity is coming your way because you are walking away from this whole entire mess, you know, and you're not looking back. I gotta say, you're not looking back. So what new offer or opportunity is coming your way as you walk away from this dumpster fire situation? Okay. As you walk away from the dumpster fire situation, nobody wants to stand around, watch it burn, and smell it. It's gross. Yuck. Okay. We have Four of Pentacles. Okay, what's this here? If I can pick it up. We have the Emperor. Oh, okay. Let's see. We have Three of Wands. I love it. That came out in our last reading, yesterday's reading, the Soulful Sunday. It was a major theme. And we also have the Eight of Pentacles. All right, let's tune in. Okay, Bestie, I'm really actually loving this part of the reading here because it's giving, like, I took the high road and now I'm walking into my Emperor energy, okay? And I feel like, you know, with these cards that we pulled, Spirit, you know, Spirit's not playing around. Again, Spirit's got your back, okay? The universe has your back. You best believe it. Because, okay, I'm going to get this out of the way first, of course, the Four of Pentacles. I feel like, you know, it is a little bit of that gripping on, hanging on tight energy. So the part of you that really wanted to hold on and maybe stay safe, or even though, I don't know, I just feel like even though deep down you knew something was off, maybe you just didn't want to change, or you just didn't feel, it just feels like a little bit of a pain. I don't know why I'm picking on a little bit of frustration over this, because you might have a little bit of low key fear of change. Okay, I'm just going to put that out there. Or maybe you were feeling very loyal to this person in this situation and they didn't deserve it. Okay, you might have also had this hope that things were going to magically improve if you kept showing up and showing out, right? If you kept just doing the good work, putting in good work here. But really what Spirit is saying here is that you've completely outgrown this whole entire situation. And even though it might be uncomfortable to go through a process of change or separation or walking away from this whole thing, it literally is the one thing that here, holding on to it, is literally blocking what's trying to come in. Okay, so it's showing up for any kind of resistance that you might be feeling this week, and it's natural. Okay, but we're going to talk about what's coming in, because the Emperor, this is huge. This is an opportunity that puts you in charge. Okay, it puts you in charge of your life, your healing, your craft, your career, your glow up. Whether it's love or friendship or at work, this is really about being seen as someone who's solid, dependable, wise, and respected. So holding on to this situation, it's again holding you back a little bit, because you're literally being kind of like, I'm getting this energy of being plucked out of this whole entire thing and put in charge. Okay, you're being put in charge. So in your career, let's just say this is happening at work, it might look like you're going to land a position with more authority. Okay, that promotion or a shift to a more established or aligned company. Okay, even finally stepping into your own business. Okay, where you call the shots, right? So this is someone recognizing that you've been grinding, okay, with the Eight of Pentacles, and deciding to invest in you, your ideas, what you bring to the table, and put you in charge. And it's especially there's a little bit of a, if this is happening at work, it really is almost like rubbing that person's nose in the mess that they were trying to create for you, because you might become their boss. Okay, that's that's something there that might happen. Okay, but if this is happening in your friendships, right, you might be calling in people who are on your level now, right? So more of your actual tribe showing up, no more one-sided connections. These are going to be friends who really build you up, right? They're not breaking you down. Emperor energy here is about mutual respect and boundaries and maturity, and finally feeling like your inner circle gets it. They get you. Okay, so this is like friends that are really going to gas you up, and they're here for your glow up. They're not here to compare or break you down and make you feel horrible. I mean, who needs friends like that, right? No one. So if this is all happening in your love life, okay, we got to go there, right? Because the Emperor is showing up after that false person fallout. This is a major upgrade. We're talking like a partner who knows what they want. They know how to communicate very clearly. They're emotionally and materially stable. And it is someone who sees your worth and isn't afraid to invest their time, energy, consistency, right? They're not playing games, and they're not stuck in like emotional high school drama energy of whoever left you behind. Okay, they're not stuck in that. They're not doing that. So you're upgrading. Okay, this is like an upgrade. And with the Three of Wands, like Spirit's literally saying here, like, keep your eyes forward, bestie. Your ships are coming in, and we read about that yesterday in the Sunday reading, the Soulful Sunday. That was a huge theme. Your ships are coming in. You have been doing the inner work and the outer work with the Eight of Pentacles here, and the universe is responding to that, right? This isn't just like about being patient. This is about preparing you to receive, okay? So yeah, I mean, you might feel a little bit tempted to hold on to the old situation out of guilt or habit, or maybe fear of hurting someone's feelings, or because you just don't feel like you want to do a change. But don't, okay? Because you have totally outgrown this whole container, let's say. And Spirit's really ready to pour the blessings into your life. But again, your hands need to be open to be receiving it, okay? So I have one more question, because I cannot, thoughts, lovers, and message. Like, I want to know who's thinking about you right now. And what do they want to say? Okay. Because you're going to be getting a message. If I look at just this row, this is someone's thinking about you romantically and is reaching out. So let's find out who's thinking about you right now and what do they want to say? Who's thinking about you and what do they want to say? King of Wands. Okay. Could be Aries, Leo, Sag. Could be. But everyone has the ability to embody. That's why I don't really call out signs too much, because every person has the ability to embody every energy in the tarot. It is what it is. Okay, so let's see here. We have the moon. That's Piscean energy. We have earth energy with pentacles at the bottom of the deck. We have the Seven of Pentacles, but I can't ignore the world being here because it feels like the upgrade. Okay. Okay, Bestie, so we have a little bit of a twist here, okay, about who's thinking about you right now, what do they want to say, and I got to tell you, this person, this one's been waiting, for you to be ready. Now, let's get this straight here. This is not your past person. This is not someone who played you, ghosted you, or even made you question your worth, right? This is someone new, or at least someone that you've never dealt with romantically, okay? I have to be super clear about this. And I feel like this person, with the King of Wands here, they are solid. I'm talking, they are mature. Okay. They are established. They're super confident. They could be a little bit older than you, but they're very bold. They're very enterprising. This person walks into a room and, all eyes are on them because they're just really charming and magnetic, but not in a weird, like, toxic type of way. I gotta be super clear. I'm getting a very high vibe of this King of Wands, right? They go after what they want. They do not hesitate, right? So they're very successful in their business and community. They are natural born leaders, okay? And they have this stability, okay? They know what they bring to the table. They're not out here chasing flings, okay? This person is super intentional, okay? They know what they want. They know who they want. They know what they're all about, and they're not afraid, like I said, not afraid to go after it. Very bold energy, okay? And the Ace of Pentacles is telling me that they've been thinking about making an offer, okay? So whether that's asking you out or maybe collaborating on a project or finding a way to really enter your life with substance, they've been holding back. They have been holding back, okay? Now, we'll get into the why in a second here as we get into the moon. I feel like this person's really been harboring some like secret feelings for you. They know you. You know them, okay? I feel like this person's watched you navigate some of your past situations. I feel like they've seen your glow up. They've seen your healing. They've seen you implementing these super strong boundaries. And I feel they have been waiting for a sign, waiting to know or to feel that you are emotionally available, that you're ready, okay? That whatever karmic cycle here you were in is completely over, okay? They want to know that you've wrapped up that old story completely, okay? And that's where Seven of Pentacles and the world comes in. This person is not here to rush you, okay? They have been patient. I feel like they've been watching from a distance, okay? But they are within your field or your community. Like, I feel like they've had opportunities to say something before, but they sensed, okay, that you weren't really ready, okay? But now they feel a shift, okay? They see your energy clearing up. They see your light changing, and they're ready to step forward, okay? So, what do they really want to say? It's like, look, I see your value. I've been watching you grow. I've been waiting for the moment when I could offer something real, and I'm ready if you are. That's what's coming through here. So this person isn't just thinking about you. They've already like envisioned a whole entire future, okay? And now with you stepping out of the fog, and into your power, they're really ready to be seen, okay? So I just feel like, maybe we recap a little bit. We can recap this a little bit. I feel like you have been loyal to something that no longer serves you, right? The job, a relationship, a connection. It's been draining you. It's been holding you back in subtle or manipulative ways, right? Spirit this week is showing you exactly what you need to see. And even if it rocks the boat, right? Even if it I can't even say it, rocks the boat, you're walking away, right? And that's what's waiting on the other side here is opportunities, respect, abundance, real connections. You're stepping into leadership role in your own life. Okay. Again, promotion, new partner, or leveling up your friends, right? This energy that you've been pouring into your healing and your purpose is about to pay off, right? That's what I'm seeing here. And someone powerful, someone new sees your worth and really has been waiting for this moment that you'd be free to receive what they've been ready to offer. Okay, that old chapter, bestie, is done, and this new one is just beginning. Okay, so again, you're not here to settle, you're here to co-create. Don't be afraid to let go, because what's ahead of you is literally everything that you've been calling in, and I feel like so much more. So again, this week feels like a big one, bestie. Let me know if you're claiming this energy. You can pop it in the comments, or you can let me know by giving the reading a like or subscribing if you're new, if you like my vibe. Okay, I'm totally here for it. Thank you all so very much, and I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. Take care.